This is D, and let's dress for life. That's what's up. Todd and Julie Chrisley are the main characters in the show entitled Chrisley Knows Best, which is a modern version of Father Knows Best that ran back in the 1950s. But sadly, as I've seen this show, Chrisley Knows Best, all I can think of, in my humble opinion, is that this is a family that is exploiting themselves for fame and fortune. Why is it that that seems so familiar? Might it be because there's a young lady who actually shared, well, she's not young anymore, but shared that she was willing to exploit herself, her body, for fame, for fortune? Yet, we look at that show and we look at many other shows that show individuals exploiting themselves for the same. Why is it that we look at these shows? Is it because we don't have enough drama in our own lives? I kind of think it's beyond that. But what would be the attraction of it? Would the attraction be that you have in-laws extorting each other? Would it be because a daughter is making sex tapes? Would it be because you have families cutting each other off, cutting other family members off? What would be the attraction? Would it be because the parents are caught up with the IRS? What is the attraction? I think the attraction might be because our brains and our bodies, in fact, our entire being, works on something called resolution. And I'm going to unpack that a little more in a moment. But the reason why we seem to be robots is because of this concept of resolution. We do just like what we see on television or boob tube. We dress just like what we see on television. Why? It's because in this world of uncertainty, we're looking for something to give us direction. We're looking for something to give us some type of ending. So we see on television, oh, that's their ending. Hey, that seems like something that I could use as my ending. But how do I get there? I get there by the same methods that they get there, by the same foolery that they do. And you think I'm lying? For yourself, I want you to answer this. How many times have you tried to mimic or wanted to mimic what you saw on the screen? There's a reason why we call them our idols. And this goes to whether we're talking about sports figures or musicians or actors or actresses. But we seem to forget historically, idols took individuals in a very hellacious direction, and individuals ended up with very hellacious results. And why is it that they end up with very hellacious results when they follow these idols in this day and time? Why is it that the results are so terrible? There are three reasons. Number one, the brain releases hormones as if what we hear, as if what we see is actually real, is actually going on. You look at the gunfight. You may know that the gunfight is not real, but those stress hormones kick up in the system as if there is a real gunfight. Those stress hormones kick up in the system as if this silly family show, this silly show that is scripted, is real. It leads to number two. We get into similar situations. Whether we realize it or not, there's an unconscious part of the brain that kicks into gear and says, hey, it worked for those idols of yours, so maybe you can utilize this same strategy. And that goes to number three. They go on to episode 3. They go on to episode 4, episode 5, and onward and onward and onward. And what happens to us? We go on to broker, and broken. Our lives go into complete shambles. Yet we go back to these shows. Yet we go back to these music videos. Yet we go back to these people of note as if they really have something for us. We're not just looking for excitement. We go back to these songs. We're not listening just for entertainment. We go back again and again and again, hoping for some type of resolution. But sadly, we go back to broker, and brokenness. We go back to lives of shambles. They get worse and worser and worse still. I knew this one brother who was at least honest about it. He knew that he looked at those shows because those were his idols. Those actors were his idols, and he tried to model his life after what they were putting out there. Sadly, those shows like Genital Hospital and All My Little Devils and As the Stomach Turns and the Dumb and the Senseless caused him a lot of drama. Ended up attempting suicide because of the drama that was in the shows and because of the drama that he tried to play out in his life, because he was trying to find resolution, and resolution that was not working. But let me just hit you with these three things and then send you on your way. But before I hit you with these three things, I really want to encourage you to like, subscribe, comment, share. Also, click the notification bell so you can be notified of our next video. And of course, go to www.destressmethod.com for more resource information. Number one, understand that it is in you to look for resolution. We all want it. You're no different than my brother who was looking at some of these silly shows and looking up to these simple idols for his resolution. Number two, search out righteous role models that don't have round after round, season after season of stupidity. You want to make sure that their resolutions don't result in crashing and burning of their lives. You want to make sure that their resolutions don't result in crashing and burning of the lives around them. You want their lives to be productive lives. You want their lives to be beneficial to themselves, beneficial to those around them. And then number three, live your life knowing that someone somewhere thinks that you know best. Well, that's all we got for now. This is D, and Let's Stress for Life. That's what's up. Peace.